Not yet, not yet, Jonas. But before we end, I'm gonna turn it to Senator Hayes.
Good morning. I just want to say thank you to the mayor and all of the first responders. As the mayor knows, I grew up right here, just like a couple of steps away from here, and so this is very near and dear to me. We made a lot of progress here in Penn-North, and really we are forever grateful that we didn't have any fatalities. And the reason, and I think the fact that all of the resources were available, and there's continuing, right here at Enoch Pratt, on any given day, you could run into peer navigators and professionals that are dealing with this very sickening disease that most time claims so many lives. And so I just want to say thank you, Mr. Mayor, for continuing being a partner. Over the last 24 hours, I've been in conversation with many of our state partners who are all ready to follow the lead and step in where they can. So I just wanted to stop by and say thank you. We made a lot of progress, but obviously there's a little bit more way to go. So thank you.
Thank you. All right.
Questions, we're just going to go down the line, okay?
Go ahead.
Hi.
Now about the vacant abandoned building, because a lot of people go into abandoned buildings.
Yep.
Have anybody checked the abandoned buildings?
We did.
Because
So I grew up in Baltimore, so I know the culture of what happens with drug use, right? So yesterday we checked 177 vacant properties and did not find people in. We know how that operates, which is why it's different when you have folks like myself and Senator Hayes who've lived this for a long time. We know not just because we also grew up working in city government, the operational standpoint, but more importantly, the cultural aspects that come along with this.
Hi, this is Clara from the Baltimore Manor. I was just wondering if there are any things that you guys are planning to do differently, anything that kind of made you rethink how would you approach when it comes?
I couldn't hear you. You have to speak up a little bit.
So sorry. I was just wondering if there's anything that you guys are planning to do differently, anything that made you guys rethink your approach when it comes to overdose.
No, I think that we know and understand this issue, right? But we also know the long-term effects, right? We have to understand that folks have been using drugs along this corridor since Billie Holiday walked up and down this corridor. We have to approach it the way that we have begun to approach it. The days of approaching drug addiction and overdose as a criminal thing are gone, because it's not an inherently criminal thing. The police department will deal with the actual folks that are providing and dealing in drugs and bringing this into a community. But when you're talking about the folks that are using, we have to be ready to help them with the services that they need when they are ready for them, because you cannot force someone into treatment when they aren't ready. You have to be there to make sure that they are able to do that. And the first and most important thing that you have to be in order to get treatment is be alive. And that's why we're focusing, as always, on keeping people alive, providing them the opportunities that they need to get the services that they need as we work to deal with this issue that is, quite frankly, not just about Penn-North, not just about what the police are doing, it's about what we're doing as a community. And also, I think it's critically important to note, it's also about these neighborhoods that have been disinvested in for years. That's why the senator, myself, and others are so focused on putting actual investment things into this neighborhood. We're moving Charm TV right here, right? We're building a new rec center up the street. We're going to be doing things with the clinic, because we also have to have investment into areas and opportunities for people in neighborhoods that have been just ignored for generations.
Mayor, is there perhaps any video footage of the suspects, or are you going to rely on tips of someone maybe to find out who distributes these drugs?
Well, I would never tell you out loud how we're going to do an investigation. The police department is going to do the investigation. We're going to use every single thing that we have in our power to find out who the people are and hold them responsible.
Mayor, I'm curious about specifically what this substance may have been. Have there been tests? Was it one person passing things out? Two people? You mentioned about video surveillance. Who are you looking for at this point? Update Can you update?
All of that is a part of the investigation, right? And we won't talk about that publicly right now, but just know that as always, when something like this happens, we're testing to see what actually is in it. We're going to go and look at every single thing that we can look at, every tip, every person that has information, and we will let the police department lead on that. And when we find them, you guys will know because we'll tell you.
So just so we're clear, we don't know the substance that was being passed out.
We will continue to, that's a part of the investigation. When the time comes for us to be able to talk about that information more openly, we will do that.
Mayor, two things very quickly. The first thing is, I want to applaud your effort because the narrative that's going to be created is on the event and the response to the event. So I applaud how you responded. The second thing is, this ties into the Opioid Restitution Fund. Can you talk a little bit about what you plan to do to try not to stop this from happening, because we know that's not going to happen, but to mitigate it from happening in the future?
Yeah, this is why we went after the funds in the first place, to be able to invest in the community and the organizations and, quite frankly, the city agencies that need the support to deal with this. And we have a opioid restitution advisory board that will be advising me on how we continue to administer those funds to help those groups on the ground. We've seen many of them were named in the settlements, right? That have always been doing the great work to help people in recovery, to keep people alive, but they haven't had the investment, and that's what we're planning to do.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.